But this time we have Caleb and Carl. I'm going to knock on the wall, let them know that they can begin.
As a top deck, it's disgusting.
Got them in there quick. So, so when we talk about like Oko being everywhere, tonight it's all about Death Shadow. Death Shadow's everywhere. 3 of the top 4 decks are currently playing 4 copies of Death Shadow in their deck. So should we ban Death Shadow? I'm just saying, when a card gets popular, do we just ban it because it's popular?
Not the slightest.
Or do we find answers? That's the question, America. That's what we want to know.
It's always good enough, right?
What you doing, Nick? You want to do some commentary? Awesome. So I got Nick here to join me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Not
Carl
sure exactly
picks
what
a card.
happened.
He,
Oh, he drew 8?
just, yeah.
He did draw 8. So
Okay.
go ahead.
To put on top.
Yep. Or it gets shuffled in.
Okay.
Now you can finish resolving this mulligan or mulligan again.
So the improper draw at the start of the game does just like any improper draw, and that is a Thoughtseize effect.
Okay.
So many cards away. Let's go to.
So that's going to be pretty interesting if he decides to keep this. Getting a free Thoughtseize is pretty important in this match.
Nice Veterans Day. Hey, I want to thank you for your service too, Nick.
Yeah, thank you. It was,
Well,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, how many deployments did you do?
I got the privilege of only having to do one.
Only doing one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tom's done none. 0. Thank you, Tom, for your service as well. So a turn 1 Thoughtseize is pretty good for Caleb. And I think he fetched shocked going down to 15. About the only time that Death Shadow really starts putting brakes on when they fetch shock and Thoughtseize is when they see a mountain on the other side.
Yeah.
And a bolt to their face.
Yeah, I'm curious why Carl chose the Inquisition, because he took that off the free Thoughtseize instead of the actual Thoughtseize. So I'm curious, I guess, the reasoning for that.
So because he can get his creatures down fast enough, just as fast as Caleb's can, so they're trading. And where he has pieces of removals, the life total is going to matter because,
Gotcha, okay.
Oh, finicky.
It's not finicky, Carl. You just got to hit the bottom of the screen. Go down for down. He's going to fetch shock.
So as a Shadow player myself, I also play Mardu Shadow. Something that's really unique and cool is that Carl was able to bobble himself and decide if he wanted to keep that card, and he did, so he cycled the Street Wraith in before playing the fetch land.
Yep.
I have delirium. Gross.
He says delirium, but, that Goyf, let's see, land, artifact, creature.
2, 5, 6.
Instant,
Yep.
sorcery.
5/6.
Yeah.
Caleb's going to fetch here. Go to 14.
Don't think I'd like to shock.
He needs another land to be able to bring that Death Shadow back. I almost think that, with Goyf being a 5/6, it's pretty hard to get around it. And removing a creature from his graveyard doesn't remove it from Carl's.
It's a 5/6.
It is.
Jesus.
I have 5 types just myself.
Yeah, he has instant sorcery, artifact, creature, land.
5/6, like odd turn 1.
Gets a Planeswalker. It's turn 2, but,
Yeah.
To redraw.
So we should see Colgan's command eventually.
5, yeah.
Uh,
Traverse.
Traverse lets him go and
Get a Death Shadow.
and search for a creature or a land now that he has
Yeah.
Delirium.
And getting a Death Shadow here is nice, just because, I mean, Caleb is going to get to spend his turn, make him like discard a card and return the Shadow, but he's just so far behind with Carl having 2 creatures already that are pretty big threats when he's at 7.
Well, the other thing is now that Carl has a Stubborn Denial. So I think Caleb, if he fires off that Culligan's Command, we're going to see a Stubborn Denial.
And I think that will probably spell the end of the game.
That's pretty good.
And
Okay.
Caleb not giving up right here. He does have some outs, not very many. Looks like he drew a Death Shadow himself, maybe?
Okay. And his is bigger than Carl's. And is that last card a Dismember?
No, I think I thought it was an Inquisition.
Oh, okay.
If it's an Inquisition, he should fire it off because if
Yeah.
Carl is holding onto a piece of removal. Nope, it's not. He's going
It
to...
is a Dismember.
It is a
okay.
Dismember. Wow.
Yep. That's good.
Go.
Yeah, and Carl's Death Shadow being a 4/4 means that he's actually in a pretty good spot.
So there's a Tireless Tracker.
So play Tracker, get a he
Play
can
the
get
land,
2
get a
clues.
clue.
Mediate, right?
Yep.
Trigger. Fade TBR. Pass turn.
Now I just want to see a path off the top for Caleb.
Teamer Battle Rage is probably better, actually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fetch.
So if he doesn't have a Teamer Battle Rage, Carl gets to crack it back.
Yeah, I mean I don't see a reason to attack if you don't have something here because both creatures are lethal. And Carl's at least forced to block with just 1.
Yeah, I think Tireless Tracker, even Tarmogoyf should go.
Yeah.
Because Tireless Tracker just has more card advantage over the long run.
Yeah, in the end game, the Tireless Tracker is going to be more relevant with him being already at 3 anyway.
Oh!
Wow.
And I believe he blocked with Goyf. And, yep. They're going to... And that's the match. So, hey, Nick, thank you very much for doing commentary for me. We're going to be back for the 4th and final round as looks like it's going to be Carl versus Dan.
That'll be fun. Grixis
Yeah, it'll be
versus
fun.
four-color?
Dan and Carl, they play test against each other all the time, so they probably know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Dan who he thinks is favored in this match. It'll be interesting. That Tormagoyf on turn 2 being a 5/6 is nothing to laugh at. That's
Yeah.
pretty big.
And especially because, like, for Dan, I know he's got Gurmag Anglers, but Tarmogoyf being a 5/6 on turn 2 beats Gurmag Angler.
Yep, so stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with some more Monday Night Modern here at Frontline Games.